Okay, it is 5:35, and this is the Monday, March 7th, 2022 meeting of the City of Palm Springs Architectural Review Committee. Planning Director, please have roll call.
Yes, Chair Jakeway. Member Thompson has been excused. Member Walsh.
Here.
Member Payline has been excused. Member McCoy has been excused. Member Lockyer.
Here.
Member Dozy.
Here.
Vice Chair Rotman.
Here.
And Chair Jakeway.
Here.
Quorum.
May we have a staff report, please, on the posting of the agenda?
Chair Jakeway and committee members, our agenda was posted on Wednesday, March 2nd, 2022. So we have been posted in accordance with state law.
Thank you. Regarding the agenda, item number 2, One Las Palmas LLC has been continued at the request of staff and some committee members who wanted to have more action on that, more complete submittal on that. Other than that, do we have any comments on the agenda? And if not, a motion to accept the agenda?
I'll make a motion to accept the agenda.
Seconded by Robert. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Approved. Since this is a public meeting, audience members are permitted to comment on any issue that's within this committee's purview. Comments on an item appearing on today's agenda are made at the time that that item is presented. If there's anybody that would like to speak on an item not on today's agenda, please make yourself known. Seeing none, I think we can move along. And the first thing would be the minutes from the meeting of February 22nd, 2022. Does anybody on the committee have any revisions to the minutes of that meeting?
I'd like to make a clarification.
Sure, Robert.
On page 3, under item number 4, the second to the bottom paragraph, under Vice Chair Rotman, the second sentence should read, he suggested removing posts on the overhang at the front and rear elevations. I want to add the front and rear elevations to that.
Okay, thank you. Any other changes or corrections? Do we have a motion to accept as corrected by Mr. Rotman?
So move.
Second by
Second.
John Walsh. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'm going to recuse from that one, Tom. I was out at that meeting.
And you know, so was I. So I'm sorry, please mark that down, that both Sean and myself have recused from that vote. Moving ahead, new business. Number 3 on our agenda, Plenary Exchange LLC requesting exterior architectural modifications to include a second floor shade structure, spiral staircase, and a permanent installation of an Airstream trailer to a second floor patio of a commercial building located at 750 North Palm Canyon Drive. Sean, are you recusing from this?
Yes.
Okay, so Sean will be recusing from this item, and we still have an agenda. I mean, we still have a quorum with the remaining 4 members.
So I'll see you back for the other item.
There is no other item. This is the last one.
Okay, sorry. Thought that item 2, we were going to take a vote on that.
No, it's just been taken off the agenda.
Gotcha. Okay, well then, over and out, folks.
Thanks, see you later.
All right, bye.
Okay, I've read the title for item number 3. Do we have a staff report? Richard, do you have a staff report for us on item number 3?
Yes, I do. Sharing screen. Okay, so we have a proposal for minor architectural changes to 7750 North Palm Canyon by Plenary Exchange LLC. Here is the existing building right now. And this is the second floor patio that is proposed for the main alterations. And this is what the proposal is, to add this shade structure above the Airstream, which will further add to the aesthetic and the architecture of the building for a cohesive look, as to not highlight the Airstream trailer, yet appeasing the applicant by wanting to place it up there for the nostalgia. The intent is to use it as a permanent bar. All of the other departments building is waiting for a go-ahead to go through some plan review, the health department, and permanent installation of an RV to city utilities. All of that would be addressed accordingly. And then with also just to help clarify in the staff report, I was a bit confused in terms of this shade structure that it originally had existed. No, but this is also part of this proposal. So in that, it really brings a cohesion between the two structures in terms of the profile of the building. And then staff is recommending an approval for this with the addressing some further screening in this area of the upper patio, just to really screen the image of an RV on the second floor of a building in a very prominent location.
Does that conclude the staff report?
Yes, it does.
Okay, do we have any questions from the committee for the staff? Seeing none, I see that the applicant is present. Could you please give us your name and address and tell us about the project?
Hello, my name is Michael Flannery. My address is 750 North Palm Canyon Drive in Palm Springs. And the project has been, it's had a few iterations. Anybody that's worked through it in the planning department has seen it come through as 3 or 4 different things. But it has a purpose now, and it's successfully operating as a co-work space, office spaces, which are mainly accessible from the Indian Canyon side, where the main parking lot is, and then on the front side, which is more in keeping with the pedestrian Palm Canyon access, we have my wife's coffee shop, the Cafe La Jefa, which is very successful. She has an approved kitchen, which since the application went in, I've built out and has been finalized by the city. So that's operating now. And so, the purpose for this is, first of all, the office component, the theme is the Mad Men, so Mad Men era. So the Airstream is this nostalgic, relic from the 60s, like myself. And it's, kind of makes people smile, and the whole "it's on a roof" thing is just, for fun, and with Palm Springs and our ties to the mid-century. And the stairs attached to the 2 floors, obviously it just provides more access between the 2 locations. So we have that side patio where Cafe La Jefa is, and then we have an approved land use permit for the second floor, working as an event space that allows us to use the restaurant to more easily travel between the second floor and the first floor. And it allows somebody having coffee to go up on the second floor and enjoy the views in the morning. So the bar, obviously, restaurant business is tough, and bars help to ease the pain of the realities of restaurant finances. And I think the patio cover, I mean, I think it explains itself. The building is the victim of its own success now. We have all these people wanting to hang out, but as soon as it gets warm out, there's nowhere to be on the property, except for under that little area in the breezeway, which is not enough. So anyway, I'm here for any questions or concerns.
Okay, we'll do questions from the committee in a moment, but first, do we have any public comments from the audience? Seeing none. Couple questions I have. Is the bar on the second floor just for the event space, or will it be open all the time for the public?
Not sure yet. The idea is that it would be there for the event space, but I'm not ruling out that it would be a fantastic place for enjoying a sunset cocktail.
Sure. It's not real clear on the drawings what the shading material will be. In your letter, you mentioned it will have a retractable or fin aspect to it. So to me, that could be a canvas that's retractable back within each bay, or those metal fins that are movable. Which will it? What will it be?
It will be the fabric. The fin bids came in. It's about $60 per square foot. I could build a new building for that.
Okay. Other committee members have questions?
I have one.
Robert. Yeah, Robert.
Yeah, is there a way to secure the spiral stair, or how do you deal with security when in off hours?
You'll still be able to go up the stairs during off hours. There'll be no way to get into the second floor. There'll be a big gate that closes off at the top. Also, the whole property is secured with cameras that are monitored and with speakers, and they are so effective. More people should use them. If you're on site after hours, you'll get a verbal warning, then a second warning, an escalation, and then some noises indicating that it's being escalated to the police, and which they do. They escalate to the police, and we have almost no problems considering where we're located and with our current state of trespassing right now.
Okay, and then staff's recommendation for some sort of screening of the Airstream. What are your thoughts about that? How you might handle that?
I would be open to, anything that looks good, just like you guys would. The entire second floor deck material is constructed of Ipe wood. So maybe a vertical Ipe type screen. So it still lets plenty of air through and some sunlight, but maybe that on the north side, that might be a little bit more construction. So the west side would be easy to do as like an Ipe screen. Maybe on the north side, fabric that matched the fabric of the patio cover.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
John Walsh.
As I look at it, I sort of envision what the full permit process might be with respect to building permits and all. And I'm just wondering if anything might pop up that's unforeseen that would have impact. For instance, the bracing and anchoring of the Airstream up there. I'm sure you've walked through at least some basic investigation. Are there any points at which you would have concern in terms of the impact of the visuals?
When we were doing the initial remodel 2020, I had the second floor deck designed as though a entire second floor would be constructed on it. So we've way over engineered the steel beam construction. So there's plenty of support. So it should not be an issue.
Question I have is on the plan on sheet 105, it calls out a proposed new bar where the trailer sits now, and it calls out stacking doors, but they aren't shown anywhere in elevation. Well, the bar is somewhat shown in shadow. Is it your intent that that bar would be built as part of this work?
No, we would leave the Airstream downstairs until we could get permits to build them and put a budget together. I'm sure, as you know, building anything, it's construction costs have doubled in the past 5 years, so if not more. So I'm not even, I'm not sure that it's going to be 6 months now. It might be, a year or into next season, like next summer of 2023, before it could be constructed. So no, it would not. I'm not submitting plans for the construction of a bar for at least 6 months.
So is there a possibility you would build the shade structure in the near future and build the bar later? Is that the concept?
So I would like to build the shade structures downstairs and upstairs now. The upstairs one, I'm ready to go. I ordered the material when I submitted to the planning department in early January, and it's aluminum, but not like Alumawood. It's brake metal, just like the windows are in the building. They're that dark bronze anodized. I'm sure you've seen that type of frame before, but it matches all the windows. So so that one will be done first. The downstairs will be second. The stairs would go in at the same time as the downstairs patio cover. But I'm working on all of them now. So these are, if I could submit for everything tomorrow to the building department, I would.
Okay. Any other questions for the applicant?
I just had
Okay.
one.
Yeah, sure, Tom Dosey.
Richard. Yes, Richard, could you go back to the presentation slides that you had shown in your presentation? There was a couple perspective views that. Next one. There was kind of like an aerial. There you go. Mhm. So when I look at the renderings and so forth, it looks like you've kind of created a whole atmosphere for the trailer to be within in an experience as well. And will part of the items we see here, right now there's some potted plants and some other items. So will there be some of those additional materials to kind of create a sense of place for the trailer?
Yeah, actually, that's a great idea. I could probably use planters on the west end to screen it, and I think that vegetation would look a lot better than a bunch of wood up there, which is obviously a hassle to maintain. So yes, I mean, however, it is patio seating around the Airstream. So not much more construction, no.
Right. My thought was it's to kind of use the materials or the pots, and almost have a filtered of it. I think that could be interesting and, draw attention, but at the same time, create a really nice environment.
Yeah. Yeah, I do plan on adding more planters along the railing. I don't know, did the existing pictures show the planters that are up there now? Oh yeah, they're not. Oh yeah, they're there. with the yucca plants in them.
Right.
Yeah, so I was
So you
thinking about adding a planter box along the railing itself on the outside.
So it could be a combination of planters and and elongated planters to create like a setting.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. That could be cool.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Flannery. We'll discuss this as a committee. Please hang around because we might have another question for you. Comments from the committee? I'll go first. I like seeing the trailer. I don't think we need to hide it. I do think that on the upper level, the trellis work, I would suggest eliminating one bay of the trellis that's closest to the street. Right now, there's 3 bays, 2 of equal size, and then one smaller one towards the street. If that smaller one were eliminated, it would let the facade of the building step back a bit. And then I think if you take Tom's idea of a planter and take it even a little further, that maybe the railing that faces Palm Canyon would be replaced with a continuous wooden planter or some sort of planter. So there would be a little greenery in the top of the planter, but I certainly understand that we don't want to block the view, that if people are sitting in the patio area, they don't want to lose their view up to the mountain. So, but I think playing off the trailer, letting the trailer be kind of almost an art piece on its own is nice. And I should have started with this. I would like to compliment Mr. Flannery. You've taken an eyesore and made it a really significant part of the community. And I wish we had more developers who would do that for us. Any other committee comments, please? John Walsh.
Mr. Chairman, yeah, I had the same response. I thought I might be in the minority with respect to not agreeing with staff's comment about the need to screen. This is something that kind of helps the whole challenge of second floor commercial. If there is something of interest up there that's sort of hauntingly attractive, it's like, what's going on? It tends to draw your interest and your eye up there. I don't see anything that needs to be screened. In terms of detailing, it might be good to kind of nail down how this shade structure works. I would worry about fabric in the wind. It is always kind of a chronic design challenge. I think that was it, Tom.
Okay, thank you. Other comments from the committee?
I like the idea. I think it's going to be a fun place to be, and if they pull it all together properly, it's going to be a real attraction for downtown.
Right.
And I agree with the previous comments that have been made.
Okay. Now, just to be clear, I'd like to get a motion, but it would be to approve the shade structure on the upper level and the placement of the trailer, approve the shade structure on the lower level, and approve the stairway going up. But the bar, if it were built on the lower level, would be a future submittal. So do we have a motion?
It sounded like one.
You just made that.
Well, the only thing, if that were to be the motion, I would like to move. Well, before we get to motion, I would like to know what the committee members think about asking to eliminate that first bay that's closest to the street so that the shade structure steps back a little bit.
I would be fine with that.
Tom, the only thing that gives me hesitation is that that's a west elevation with that lower angle sun in the afternoon, and it's still going to be kind of a cooker at the front of the building.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I've been up on that roof deck and it is substantial. I mean, it is a big space. So I think even removing that front bay,
It still is enough.
it's still enough.
Okay.
and it would protect the glass of the enclosed part of the building with the
Right.
L-shaped portion of the structure.
Right.
Well, then I would like to make a motion that we approve this as submitted with the one revision that the one bay of overhang closest to the street on the upper level be removed. The trailer is approved as it is without screening. We're approving the circular stair going up, and we're approving the shade structure on the lower level, but not the actual bar on the lower level. That would be a future submittal. And we ask that the applicant consider landscaping applications along the Palm Canyon side of the building that would be either done with planters or something to get some greenery and some variation to that railing.
I'll second that.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Good luck, Mr. Flannery. Looks great.
Thanks, everyone. I appreciate it. Thanks for the encouragement.
Yep. Okay, that is our agenda. Do we have any comments from committee members on anything? I know that Mr. Newell has some news for us, so let's hear what he has to say.
Yes, thank you, Chair Jakeway. The only thing I wanted to bring up is with the reopening of City Hall and the ability to come in to the planning counter, as well as the city's transition towards digital packets. I just want to let everyone know from this point on, we would like to only provide the digital versions of your packets. However, if you would still like to have a print copy at this time, we will still continue to provide that. But now that City Hall is open, we would just ask that committee members who do wish to have the print copy packets, that you would come in to pick up the packet on either Thursday towards the end of the day, or, I mean, ideally it's Thursday towards the end of the day. Otherwise it would be Monday, the day of the meeting, because we're closed on Fridays. So just
David,
wanted to make that announcement.
would we be receiving the digital packets kind of middle towards end of the day on Thursday, or would they come sooner than that?
No, the digital packets would still be published Wednesday or Thursday, probably Thursday.
How much notification would you need to be able to prepare the print packet?
We would probably need to know earlier in the week beforehand, so probably a week before the actual meeting.
So we would need to let you know that before we've had a chance to look at the digital package.
Correct.
Okay. Any other questions from committee or comments?
Yeah, David, thank you for that option. I've just been kind of wincing over suffering without a paperback.
Yeah, no problem.
I appreciate it. I will speak, personally.
And I'm with you, John.
Okay, so it sounds like as it stands right now, we'll have 2 print packets to still be produced, unless Mr. Rotman or Mr. Dozy want a print packet as well. But
I'll let you know. Sometimes it's very, a lot of times when I get the print package, I have to get a magnifying glass out to look at them.
I do the same thing.
So, sometimes, but it's certainly easier with paper, but you can zoom in obviously more easily with the digital, but I'll let you know.
Okay, any other comments? If not, the meeting is now adjourned at 5 minutes after 6. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you. Good night.